What's up, guys? I just got out of Captain America, Brave New World. Kind of a controversial movie over the past year, but we're going to review it. So let's do just that. Captain America, Brave New World stars Anthony Mackie, Harrison Ford, and is directed by Julius Onah. What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new 2025 review. We got a brand new MCU movie, Captain America, Brave New World, formerly New World Order. This movie went through so many reshoots. I think it was supposed to come out quite a while ago. We're finally here. The movie is finally here. We got 3 big MCU movies coming this year. This kicks it all off. A lot riding on this movie. And oftentimes when you have a lot of controversy around a movie, it doesn't fare that well box office wise. So I'll be curious to see how this movie does at the box office, but I liked it. I actually was quite surprised by how much I enjoyed this movie. And I will say, when I went into this, I am kind of superhero MCU fatigued out. I will admit that. And so when I sat down to watch this movie, I remember telling one of the guys sitting next to me, I was like, I'm a Hulk fanatic. Hulk is like my #1 favorite superhero. We got Red Hulk, the first appearance of Red Hulk ever. I should be like freaking over the moon, ecstatic for this. But for some reason, I'm just like there. I'm like, meh, I'll watch it. We'll see. So I think that might have helped me going into this, that my expectations were just so freaking low, that by the time I got out of this, I was A, quite surprised by everything that unfolded, and B, I actually quite enjoyed it. But first off, let's back up. Let's give you a quick plot synopsis. Do you need to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier to fully understand this? No, I don't think you do. I think there's a character, Bradley, in here that is, one of the previous super soldiers that was in that series. And yeah, it would help, but I think you'll still quite understand what's going on. Not that they give you like a full recap or anything, but maybe that's just a testament to, was the show even really that necessary outside of just being a bridge? I mean, it was how Falcon eventually became the new Captain America. But other than that, maybe not so much. So in this movie, you have Thunderbolt Ross. He is the new president. He is within his first 100 days of office. Obviously, there's some tug of war, some push and pull between us and Japan over. Should I even say this? I won't say the item that is kind of controversial in this plot line. Let's just say Japan, they don't really trust us. Okay. And Thunderbolt Ross obviously is not a man to fully be trusted given his past. And that does play a part in this movie as well. This is a conflicted character. He wants to be a better person, right? But he just has all this baggage, these loose strings behind him. And again, he's just not a guy to be trusted that well. And he's depending on Captain America to help him in various ways throughout this movie, again, which I don't want to really spoil. I can't really tell you too much about this movie just because it's the freaking, 27th movie, and I'm probably off on that, in the MCU run. Obviously, all these MCU movies, they somehow might connect to previous movies. More than likely they do. And of course, this one does. And I will tell you right now, if you are a fan of the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie, then I think you're really going to like this movie, because I love that movie so much. I'm constantly dying on that hill. I think it's still in my top 5 favorite MCU movies. I know that's like bonkers and ludicrous to some of you guys, but it's just me. I love that movie so much. It doesn't help that I'm such a Hulk fanatic. And I think that movie was a great Hulk movie. So if you like that movie, this has a lot of that connective thread, DNA, whatever you want to call it, from that movie. It's almost like a follow-up to that movie in certain ways. And, for the obvious reason, Thunderbolt Ross was a major character in that movie. He's a major character in this movie. That's all I'll tell you, though. I'm not going to go any farther than that. But, again, if you like that movie, I think you're really going to like this movie, okay? Because, again, I quite enjoyed it. especially with all the surprises that unfolded along the way. And given that this movie went through so many reshoots, and I believe they reshot like 80% of the movie, it floors me how enjoyable this movie was. And if anything, yeah, I don't think the script is perfect by any means. Yes, you do have that MCU humor in here, but oftentimes a lot of that humor in previous movies is quite like witty and well written at times. And I think it's just kind of surface level, the humor in this movie. But the good news is it doesn't like try to depend on a joke a minute. It's not that type of movie. I'd even say this is pretty serious. And to be fair, all the Captain America movies, I think they are more on the serious side of things, even though they do have comedy here and there. But they're not like freaking Thor Ragnarok, right? So this movie leans more on the serious and dry humor than anything. Anthony Mackie really won me over with this movie. Setting aside Captain America as a character and just being a leader, because that's what he is in this movie. He is he's Captain America, right? And the world depends on him. So in this movie, he really has to step up and be a leader and not really focus on the past and who was Captain America before. I think this movie does a really good job of conveying that point, and it does require a really capable actor to lead that front, and I think he does. I think Anthony Mackie is fantastic, actually, in this role. I'm shocked I'm saying that. Not to say that Anthony Mackie's a bad actor or anything, but Chris Evans' shoes are so hard to fill, but he's really smart about it. He's not trying to be that character. He's being Sam Wilson, who happens to have, the ultimate responsibility of being the new Captain America. I was rooting for him in this movie. I was enjoying how he dealt with things, with every obstacle that was in his way. He wasn't showboating. And I think that's the big thing I expected out of this movie. I thought that it would annoy me. And I thought that the way for him to win us over is to just constantly showboat and show how badass he is. But no, he doesn't do that at all. The main thing he does is just show us how great of a leader he is. Jumping over to Harrison Ford, stepping into the shoes of William Hurt, the late William Hurt, who passed away. And I loved William Hurt as Thunderbolt Ross. I thought, he really looked exactly like the comic character would look like. His mannerisms felt like what that comic character would do. So I think Harrison Ford takes a little bit of a different approach, but it's still very effective, and it's still very Thunderbolt Ross. And I actually thought he was quite effective in this movie. Now, I'm going to say this because we've seen the trailer. Yes, Red Hulk is in this. And I'm just going to say this. The fight was awesome. There's a lot of great stuff in that's definitely not in the trailer. And I think you're going to really have a great time with it. Not really a con, because I don't think you'll ever get enough Red Hulk. You love seeing Hulk do his thing, even Green Hulk. And being such a Hulk fan, I could have watched, Red Hulk do his thing for freaking 2 hours probably and enjoyed it. But what we got was highly enjoyable, and it really showcased how dangerous Red Hulk is. I think it's more surface level, though, as far as like, if you read the Red Hulk comics, yeah, they go pretty deep as far as like what his powers are and what he's capable of. And this doesn't go that deep with the character, but it's still, it's still fun. It's still great action. Obviously, there's a lot I can't tell you about this movie, especially in the character department. There's a lot of surprises that pop up. The main villain, some of you might know if you do enough reading online, of course. I'm not going to spoil that. I might end up doing a spoiler review on this because there's a lot to talk about in the spoiler department. But I'll just say I was very satisfied and I quite enjoyed a lot of the spoilery elements in this movie. So yeah, overall, guys, this movie surprised me. I'm going to give it a low purchase worthy. I had a really good time with it, and I expected nothing, and I got quite a bit from this movie, okay? And as a big fan of Incredible Hulk 2008, this is a nice little double feature with that movie, And I like how self-contained it is. It doesn't depend on so much around it outside of Incredible Hulk 2008, and I think it benefited from that. So yeah, looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this movie when you finally see it. Let me know. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day. On Fridays, we do Free for Fridays. Follow me, Drumdums, on my social, support me on Patreon, become a channel member, buy me a coffee. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Drumdum out.